Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and I'm here with Casual Jacob again.
Hello.
For more TMGC. We got a pure water out of our base conversation, and I don't actually think I want to get the Blair Natasha support. Or, Blair Kenneth. Do we want Blair Kenneth?
Let me double check who her partners are real quick.
Yeah, who are all of her options?
Because it's the Five Wives,
yeah,
Carbon, Kenneth, Zeke.
I like double Lord support, but it's probably not all that good in 0%.
Yeah, because I'm thinking...
Can she support Desmond?
She cannot. Aaron can support Desmond.
Yeah, I'm doing the double Jagen one, I know.
Let's see. I have the support log right here. Journal. Because there is a support log that just shows you who can support who, so you don't have to guess.
Yeah, I can show off.
Aaron, Kenneth, Natasha, Emil, Carbon, Zeke, Avon, Yu, Estelle. That's it.
Blair, Kenneth, Natasha, Emil. Emil, someone we definitely want to support. Avon,
Most likely,
Yu,
yeah.
Estelle. Well, we're not getting Estelle, unfortunately, so...
I am all right
think...
with this.
I know you are. I know you are. I think we do this one. I think it'll benefit us in the early game, even though we're dropping him because it's 0% growths. I think it's beneficial enough.
Yeah, we have full deployment all the way up until chapter 10, I believe.
The desert map, yeah.
So he's gonna be around long enough to get benefits from it. This map is awesome because you get one of my favorite units in it.
Oh, you're a big Stefan fan as well?
Yeah. I don't dislike him, but the other guy's right there.
The other guy? Oh, you mean Johan. You like Johan.
Here's our red cav.
Yeah, he's got Vantage. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll talk about the units when they show up, but
yeah,
they're both really cool. I like them a lot.
They are kind of cool. There's also wyverns in this map, and I'm very enticed to see how we're dealing with these wyverns.
Probably the same way we deal with every problem. Just throw Desmond at it.
Desmond's my favorite way to solve all of my problems.
We're gonna immediately make use of the Blair Kenneth support.
Woo!
Look at that gamer.
No.
Actually, what does she gain from the Kenneth support? I have used it before. The thing about like not having affinities is it's cool, but it makes it hard to remember. Okay, defense.
Yeah.
Nice. Appreciated.
At least with affinities, you can very easily say, oh, I'm getting strength, avoid, and hit out of the support or whatever.
I just got Blair killed. 13, 18... 13, he deals 9, 8... Ow! Wait. Because she... Oh, wait, does it factor in... It's not factoring in, so it's 5 defense. So with 13, he deals 8. With 18, he deals 13. She lives!
Woo! Which means we need to use a vulnerary on her.
I'm still mauling over that. And then we have the classic setup Natasha turn 1. No! Natasha! That's okay, there's the Lance Reaver Merc. I had this happen to me before. Where, like, this guy missed, then this guy missed, then this guy missed, and I was like, Natasha, activate Fiery Blood!
Does she miss the Oko and the Lance Reaver without Fiery Blood?
I don't know. We'll find out. Well, no, we won't find out.
She won't miss it anyways, because she's not getting attacked by it.
It's just so sad, Natasha.
It's upsetting.
The one unit you don't want to dodge tank. That's why I like Quixotic on her.
I wonder whenever we get Quixotic, wouldn't that be a really cool skill to get?
Look at that! She lives at 2 HP because she got... Literally, I was putting the fucking support to use!
Yeah!
And I didn't even realize it! Look at that shit!
We didn't even know we needed it. What a cool little pouch icon on these enemies. I wonder what they mean.
Yeah, so the brown pouch means there's a stealable item, and that includes vulneraries. The green pouch means that there's a droppable item. And green and brown, this combo one, means there's one of each. Or at least one of each.
Means there's multiple cool stuff to get.
Later in the game, there is a Steel Plus guy, and you do not get brown pouches on literally everyone who has something that can be Steel Plus.
Good lord.
I think that would be a very funny New Game Plus toggle, just like as a troll. Well, she misses the Oko on this guy, but she wouldn't have Oko'd anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy had 26, so like he's another fiery blood moment guy. That being said, so we definitely want to steal the mini gem.
Yes.
And we want to start, I like moving aggressively because there's a treasure chest and a village you want to save.
I also like moving forward quickly so I can get into a good position, because the wyverns aren't aggro right now, but they do start moving at a certain point.
Yes. And
I don't like getting caught off guard by them.
It can be a little bit tricky when that happens. I think what we do is... You cannot awaken. Gosh darn it.
I was gonna say I think our time of doubling things with Awaken has already passed, but I don't think we ever saw the train in the station.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. How much do you take from each of these? So you take 9, and this was 11, right? 13. 9 plus 13, 21? Do we heal you up to full?
Do you remember that
do not heal all the way
any
up to full.
terrain that grants bonuses grants it to both defense and resistance?
Oh, right. So this is actually 11 plus 7? Which is still 18, which is still lethal.
Yikes. Oh, Kenneth support?
She's already in Kenneth support, isn't she?
Oh, you're factoring that into the math.
Well, because she's in support range right now.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, but wait, you checked the mage damage outside of Kenneth's support range.
This guy deals less damage.
Ooh.
So
yeah, he only has an iron sword.
If we kill you instead. Yeah, I think we kill you instead. Then heal Kenneth chips. And the mage probably goes for Natasha.
Oh, do we want to take the forest so the merc doesn't?
Yeah, I wanted to get into a forward position, but I think you're probably right. Take the forest.
Just rob him of any hit that he can
heal with
have.
Blair, or heal Blair with Aaron. Blair lives both the merc and the... Blair will live both the merc and the mage. So I think we don't want to block her off. We want to let the merc attack her. And then we steal the mini gem next turn.
Hey, do rank.
Now we can use mend.
There we go.
So yeah, she takes 8 here, and then she'll take a 7 from the mage. And she gets another kill.
Perfect.
Perfection.
Oh, here comes the brigand.
And the calves.
Ooh, that's a little bit of damage.
Yeah, Natasha doesn't have really high resistance, which is why it's very funny that, in the talk combo where you get the pure water, they're like, someone with low res should take it, and then she's like, okay, Kenneth, you take it.
Here, Kenneth, you have it.
Guy with the second, well, I guess technically he has lower res than both of them. We got some new units!
We got some new units! Do we want to talk about, the child or this guy first?
Let's talk about Desmond, because they are the other unit who's definitely a Jagen. Because look at these stats. These are very good stats.
Yes.
The growths are also very decent as well. His growths are like... His HP growth is obviously the standout, because it's over 100%, but... Having 50 in a lot of stuff is also pretty decent. You know, luck is a little bit of a weak point of him, similar to Kenneth. If you want to, slapping an icon on him is not the worst thing in the world, but 65% strength is good. 50% defense is good. 55% skill is good. Speed, he's gonna be a little bit slow, but he has a solid base to work off of for a while. And he has the funny triangle skill. So he can double his triangle advantage, or disadvantage, unfortunately. It works both ways, like it's a double-edged sword. But he can, if you use him and put him in advantageous matchups, he can be a lot tougher than he appears. Because he's a promoted unit, he gets reposition. He's a promoted infantry, gets reposition. Not all promoted infantry get reposition, it depends on the class, but he gets reposition in addition to shove. And he also gets skills at a different time than unpromoted. So he gets Savior at level 4 and Lance Fair at level 7, which can bolster his strength even further, even though that's one of his better growths. Which is pretty nice. He also has a number of secret events tied to him. Do you want to talk about them?
Funnily enough, the secret events are one of the only things... Well, just the Chapter 13 one is one of the only ones I really know about. In Chapter 13, he can promote into a Lance Paladin, so he'll get his horse back. He gets some stats on promotion that kind of help catch him up to being a promoted unit. He keeps reposition, so that's a benefit to using him past promotion as he becomes an 8-move unit with reposition. He also gets a personal. He gets his PRF, the Banner Lance, which is a pretty good weapon as far as stats go. But you mostly want to use it because adjacent allies gain, I think it's 15 hit and 5 attack.
Yeah, it's a very big boost.
He gives a very large boost to adjacent allies while it's equipped. It's a very good weapon.
And so combine that with the horse, like now he's a really mobile unit that can bolster other people's damage.
Yes. And even though his speed is kind of low, what is it, 11 base on 35 growth?
Yeah.
If you're willing to get his Lance rank up, there is a droppable Brave Lance in this map. And with the early Brave Lance, it can really help catch his damage output up a little bit. So even though if he doesn't hit any doubling thresholds, with his big strength, and if you can get Lance Fair on him, the Fair skills are +4 in this game, not 5 like in the Fates games, but still +4 damage is awesome.
Especially because even though this is a stat inflation game, its numbers are generally lower than Fate's, so +4 is a more reasonable number than +5 would be.
And Triangle Adept gets really funny with Reaver weapons, because Reaver weapons already double the weapon triangle, and Triangle Adept doubles them again. So, funnily enough, I will usually buy an early Axe Reaver and Sword Reaver and slap both of those on him for incredibly high damage output, and Reavers give you double weapon experience, so it helps him get up to S-Lances and S-Axes faster.
Or, potentially, as swords, because that is one of his other secret events, is he can gain access to a sword, the third weapon in the triangle. He's the only paladin who can get all 3 weapon types, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I know there are other mounted units that can get them, but of, like, the paladins. And he has to get a support with a Swordmaster, and he gives the Swordmaster the ability to ride horses, and in exchange he gets swords. So another really beneficial two-way support bond. And they're both units that I like using quite a lot, so I really like that they support each other in a way that benefits both of them. He loses shove when he promotes, because all infantry have shove. He loses shove when he promotes to be a cavalier, but he retains reposition. It will take up one of his skill slots. You might have noticed that the movement skills like reposition and swap and whatnot are not taking up skill slots. It takes up one of his skill slots as a paladin because it's not a class skill anymore. So if you do want to like use a bunch of skill scrolls on someone, it limits him because you can only have 6 skills in your skill slots. Or I think it's 4, right?
It's kind of awkward with how it's laid out. You can have 6 total skills. Because you have your starting one, and then you can get 5 more altogether.
And that includes the ones you get through level up or through scrolls, right?
Yes.
But then reposition and shove and Canto do not count unless they are, like, learned via a scroll. Oh no, Canto counts. But reposition and shove, like, the movement skills don't count. Because they won't show up in slots. But for Desmond, when he promotes, because reposition is an inherent trait of Commander, he will like gain reposition as a skill in his skill slots. So it does take up one of the 6 slots, but he keeps it, which is good because, hey, Canto reposition on a mount, it lets him sort of slide into that utility role alongside the Banner Lance, even if his combat has fallen off. Which, like, his combat's still fine at that point, it's just not the standout it is to begin with.
Yeah, I think he's at his best whenever you're willing to watch his strength stat fly, get him Lance Fair, get him a Brave Lance, and just watch him annihilate things regardless of his strength stat.
I will say, despite being the more traditional, sort of like tanky Jagen, he's not invincible. 10 defense, 34 HP is nice, but he gets 3-rounded. I've seen him die on this map. I saw 5 points did an Iron Man, and Desmond died on, like, the second turn he controlled him. So Desmond is mortal. You do need to, like, watch out. But he's still quite good. I like him a lot.
Desmond's one of my favorite units in the game. He's, like, top 3 or 5 favorite units in this game. I love Desmond as a unit and how he's designed and how he plays.
One of my favorite units is the other guy we got, Mr. Potential Man. So Stefan is your first Cavalier, and he has, alright, base stats. You know, nothing stands out as being particularly good, but Magic, Luck, and Res are the only ones that stand out as being particularly bad. He's just sort of very middle of the road, and, like, Res, it does suck to have low Res, but I'd rather that than low defense. And Magic, oh no, he can't use the magic swords.
No.
Who cares? That's not what he's doing. Luck does suck. Like I said, you want to continue to build that luck because even with the enemies getting the crit penalty, you want to have a decent luck stat. But hey, his luck growth is fine. He'll usually keep up if he wins those coin flips. And that is the big sort of thing with Stefan is because all of his stats are very coin flippy, if you're playing with random growths, which I think most people do,
I think so,
is a very all or nothing unit. And so you can get a Stefan who just feels like the Slayer of Gods. He wins his 55% coin flips every single time. Or you can get a Stefan who just feels like the wimpiest little twerp you've ever encountered because he just keeps losing the important coin flips. And that it leads to him being a very polarizing unit. I think the fact that he is your first Cavalier, is valuable if for no other reason because, hey, Canto, hey, Mounted Rescue Drop. But just comparing his combat stats, right, to Natasha, 13, 8, 6 versus 8, 8, 6. He's a little bit worse, in exchange for his horse. The growths are where it really comes in, where it's like, okay, either you're gonna win the lottery, or you're gonna lose the lottery, as opposed to someone like Natasha, who's much more min-maxed and reliable. Like, I know obviously bases over growths is a lesson that the community has taken to heart, but having an 85% growth in your most important stat means that you end up 120 in another one, means you can pretty reliably depend on these growths, right?
Yes.
Stefan is not reliable in anything other than HP. And it can lead to a fun time of like, okay, I get a bunch of good stats, or it can lead to the misery. He does have one thing that sort of helps with that, and that is Adept, which is sort of the early game claim to fame of eating up all of your weapons, because it costs 6 durability. It's 3 per hit, but because it's a Brave combat art, it's 3 each time, which usually means 6. The really sad thing about Adept is, like, if the first hit misses, then the second hit doesn't even get to go off. So you can't even use it as, like, okay, I have to hit once. I'll Adept so that I have 2 chances to. It is purely a damage buff, but,
yeah.
It can be a pretty powerful damage buff. Stefan is what, if you want to, Stefan can just delete an enemy for 6 uses of the Steel Sword. Early game economy is pretty tight though, so it's an expensive way to kill a unit, which, again, it's very polarizing because it feels bad, but at the same time, that unit is dead. If you do go through the trouble to get him to level 15, he gets Knight Aspirant, which is at 75% HP or above. He gains extra attack and defense, and his combat arts no longer cost extra hits. So it knocks this down from 6 durability to 2, because it's 1 per hit still. Which is sort of like, that is the guaranteed payoff, is like, now you can just fire off Adept at will. And like, hey, there's some very powerful high-rank swords later on. Hitting twice with them is nice. If he actually has the stats to do so, which is not guaranteed. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about Stefan. Do you have anything to add?
So when it comes to Adept, I personally like using Adept with the 2 effective swords you get fairly early on. You get an Armor Slayer really soon, and you get a Zanbato somewhat later. And I love stacking both of the effective weapons on him, because I find myself not using effective weapons much in the mid to late game, because I have too many things going in my other inventory slots.
Mm-hmm.
So why not eat 6 uses of Armor Slayer to delete an armor? Why not eat 6 uses of a Zanbato to delete a Cavalier? Adept is also really funny because it works really well with attack buffing or attack stacking. You can do funny stuff. I was in chapter 17, I believe, and my level 10 Stefan fielded for a support or whatever, and I said, you know what? Let's see what happens if we train this guy. And you can stack stuff like Inspiration, Charm, Banner Lance, and because Adept goes twice, you get to use those bonuses twice. So if you want to do any damage stacking on him using skills, Adept makes really good use of those. Otherwise, I think he's a funny unit. I kind of go back and forth on whether or not I actually like this guy. When he one-rounds something with Adept, I'm tearing and going, woo, look at that, he deleted something. And then I have him use an Iron Sword versus a Brigand where he's 3-hit KOing and not doubling. And I go, oh, that's right, I have to Adept to kill things.
He is one of the 2 early game units who I think you could accurately say has a rough start. The other one we'll get next map. And both of them have, in my opinion, strong payoffs for training them. I like Stefan's payoff better than the other unit's payoff, but they are both the, like, hey, I'm a scrub, but if you invest in me,
it'll be worth it. But
and
Knight Aspirant completely shifts the game, because the moment you can just start auto-doubling everything before they can counter, it's so useful. You just never have to eat a counter again, assuming you 2-hit KO.
And I really like that aspect, because giving, in addition to, like, this unit and the other unit both have growths that will be their potential payoff, but giving the guaranteed, where they also both get level 15 skills that are very powerful. I keep trying to highlight Knight Aspirant, I can't.
I know, I do the same thing.
But both of them get really powerful level 15 skills, makes it so that even if, especially in the case of Stefan, even if you lose the lottery, and you're just like, damn, Stefan leveled speed 3 times, right? Well, now we can just double everything anyway. Damn, Stefan leveled strength 3 times. Well, now we can just deal double the damage he would because he's using Adept all the time, right? So it can sort of mitigate the RNG screw, and then if you do get RNG blessed, it can further accentuate the snowballing, which is nice.
There are growth boosters you get. You get a strength booster fairly early on. The speed one we mentioned comes a little bit later. So if you need to patch up a stat here and there, you can throw a growth booster on him for a sec, just to help him hit those benchmarks.
And since the growth booster, the strength one that we get early on, boosts strength but lowers speed, it feels like he's not the only unit who it feels tailor-made for, but it does feel like the sort of thing where he's like, okay, I'm willing to sacrifice speed in order to guarantee strength level ups, because if I do that, I can just double everything anyway once I get to level 15.
Yes.
So, it is one of those where, like, the tools the game gives you, obviously he is not the only unit in the game who can use them, and not even the only unit in the game who can use them particularly well. There's another unit who comes to mind as like, hey, but I'm also designed with the strength booster in mind. And it's sort of pick your project, right?
Yeah,
I think he's a good one,
Sparklies you want to train.
but he's not the only good project. I used him in my first run, and I trained other people in the second run, and yeah, I think he's incredibly usable, but even if you only use him short-term, just being able to add up stuff short-term is quite nice, if expensive.
Oh, something else about mounts in general that I don't think we've touched on yet is mounts don't have a complicated aid formula. You just have 20 aid as a mounted unit.
Yeah. Also,
you don't have to worry about your build screwing over your ability to rescue people.
Also, the aid formula looks like it has a frowny face in it. Because it's greater than or equal to their con. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, regular mounts also have Canto, which is not move after attacking, but just move after trading, after talking, supporting, movement skills like reposition, opening chests, that sort of stuff, which is nice.
You're vanilla GBA Kanto. Oh, speaking of opening chests, Stefan does have a secret event later, where you can teach him how to lockpick. So that's kind of fun.
True! Well, so that's not the only thing. You get to choose between a bunch of different tutors, and depending on what tutor, he'll gain and lose certain stats. One of the tutors teaches him how to lockpick, and if every potential tutor is dead, he learns to summon.
He summons like little training dummies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he summons training dummies, which, because there's a campfire where he gets to, like, train with other people. And if all the people he could train with are dead, he trains on his own with the training dummy, and then he learns to summon the training dummies. I've never done that because the units who he trains with, a lot of them are either quite good or just people who I really like, so I didn't want to kill off literally everyone he could train with.
For example, one of them's Aaron, so
yeah. One of them's Aaron, one of them is your first thief that has Steel Plus. So you have to kill off both of your thieves.
One of them's a general that's all but immortal.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that
it's more so just there to be funny more than anything.
Potentially an Iron Man situation as well. Like if things went really up,
that's a bleak Iron Man.
Stefan and the training dummy will carry.
But having an 8-move unit who can steal and lockpick's is really funny.
So
right, we're playing a
now,
map.
Speaking of stealing and lockpicking, we want to... So, I like sending Desmond over here, usually. But I also usually have, like, a team that can kind of handle things here. Well, okay. 6 AS. He's not getting doubled. 23 and 17. So that's 10... I think he exactly dies. 23 minus 7 is 16. Wait, no, with Blair support.
Ooh.
With Blair support, he lives, right? Yeah, because he also gains defense from that. Okay.
That's pretty good.
So, I can have Kenneth... Once I kill the mage, I can have Kenneth sort of serve as like a wall to these guys. So let's steal the mini gem.
Yoink. Look at that, steal directly into the convoy.
So we could adept to kill this mage, but I think I'd rather get the kill with Blair.
Do we want to eat that counter on Stefan?
So I don't want Stefan to be seeing combat from these guys at all anyway. So I'm thinking Natoja and Kenneth sort of wall off so Stefan doesn't get hit. I'm thinking we have Stefan, do this. He eats 15. And then Blair gets this kill with Awakening.
Look at her go!
Not doubling, though. Not doubling, though.
I think your Blair still has the same speed mine did in this map.
Yeah, your Blair, in your Iron Man, your Blair took a while to get speed.
I think it was chapter 9 or something, she finally got her first point of speed.
So we do this.
Which means I can confidently say that she is not going to be doubling stuff.
And now Kenneth exactly lives these 2 calves. And we still... Oh, wait, he's got the Reaver, right? We Steel Axe this guy.
Look at that.
Or, sorry, this girl. This is a female merc, I believe.
Bong.
Right? I think that's a female merc.
Yeah, female merc. Desmond's animations are also awesome. They're like E-frame, but more armored. I think the Lance Cav can reach Blair.
Yeah, that's why Natasha's here.
Oh, right. Whomp.
The problem is now Natasha kills the Lance Cav, and I didn't run the numbers on Natasha versus both Cavs.
I think she's fine.
I hope so.
I'm used to her having a lot more HP by this point, but she has 32 at base or something.
She is 32. Oh, they're going for Kenneth anyway.
We're gonna go for Kenneth anyway.
Because they see that I think they see individually that they deal more damage, even though they can't kill him overall, maybe?
Yeah. I don't think the AI sees they can combine for kills, but they just see, I do damage to this guy, I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenneth being able to eat a hit or two, especially with that Blair support. Wow, that is a very good support. Oh,
yeah, like, again, that's the second time that units have survived just because of that support, which is real nice.
Where green units go?
Here comes the Wyverns, though. So, I believe the Brigands have the AI where they will go aggressive if someone's in their range, right?
Yes, they will choose to attack you over a village.
Okay, I think we start by Steel Axe Desmond.
Desmond's so cool.
Or... So Blair could potentially get this kill.
Double check real quick. Can the Wyverns fly over that wall type of terrain? Okay,
Not
they can't,
the wall, but the barrel and the village they can.
Okay.
14, 17, so that's 10. I'm trying to see... So 22 minus 7 is 15. He takes 15, goes down to 11. 14, that's 7. Okay, he does not survive all 3 of them.
What if he just goes on, like, the forest tile to eat 2 of them?
Oh, wait, no, he effectively has 8, right? Because it doesn't factor that in. So he has 8, and then this gives 2 more, so he'll have 10. So that's a lot easier math. So that's 12 damage, plus 4 damage, plus 7 damage.
That's 23 altogether?
So he does live if he's at full HP. Unfortunately, a heal staff does not bring him to full HP. In order for him to get there, he needs to vulnerary.
And a vulnerary won't even bring him to full.
Yeah, he needs to vuln and get healed.
Can all 3 reach him if someone stands adjacent to him?
Oh, he's not fighting the Wyvern now, actually.
Wyvern can't even reach.
So... I think we have Blair kill, and then Desmond goes here to block.
Can the armor reach Kenneth if he moves?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. But Kenneth lives... Does Kenneth live all of them, actually? So he'll have effectively 10 defense. So that's 16 plus 4 is 20 plus... Oh.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think what we do is... How does Aaron do here? 7 defense versus 14 17s. That's 17 damage they'll deal to her. Okay, so Aaron can block here instead of Desmond.
Can we use Nastasia to finish the armor on the bottom?
I kind of want everyone up here to punch forward against these guys next turn.
Makes sense.
So what I think I'm going to do is... Blair attacks with fire.
Blair EXP.
Then Aaron heals Blair. Get the Sword Reaver. From here, I think we equip the Steel Sword. Heal Blair up to full. And then Desmond goes here. Does he live against the guy anyway? Yeah, I should probably heal anyway.
Yeah, because you probably want him to be able to eat a counter next turn.
Because 26 attack, she lives on 1-2 because of that. So he'll probably go for her because she lives at 2 instead. So we do that. And I think we also have Stefan heal up.
That sounds like a good idea.
And then watch them come crashing into me.
Come, break your weapons upon me.
Look at that. And now that's another kill for Blair. Look at all of the kills we're giving Blair.
Getting inspiration is going to be very useful.
Yeah, so I know some of the Chapter 14 benchmarks you can reach with 0% inspiration, because I had some, like, perma-benched units that I brought out to do cool stuff with inspiration. There's a pirate who can one-round some ballistas with inspiration without even promoting. And a couple of other ones, and I don't know too many 0% inspiration benchmarks beyond that. But, like, they gotta exist.
Surely, right? 2 damage dealt and taken is 2 damage dealt and 2 less taken. So, like, we'll take it.
So Aaron kills the Wyvern cleanly. Blair kills the Cav cleanly.
Whoosh.
And then we can bait the Brigand with either Desmond or Stefan. So yeah, he can destroy, but he can also attack. And he prioritizes that.
Yeah.
So I think we do this.
Finish this guy off.
I love the flux animation. It's so cool.
It's always so peak.
So yeah, you can attack. You have 20 attack versus an effective 10. Yeah, so he lives on 1. Although we can just do this and he'll attack Aaron instead. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, she makes good use of that 11 sword early on.
And in our case, we're not gonna get, like, a ton from it later.
I find even with growths, I don't find myself using the 11 sword that much, because the might kind of falls off a little bit.
You do get the light brand, though.
Yeah, light brands are pretty
which is
useful
nice.
later. The fire sword is where it's at. Look at this guy eating 3 hits and not die.
How much is... Because that guy's 20, that guy's 23... Yeah, so he lives.
This unit's so cool. I do like getting him an Iron Axe, because he is losing a point or 2 from the Steel Axe, but...
Yeah... I want to get him to Lance Fair in, like, a reasonable time frame. I at least want to get him to Lance Fair before promotion. Like, I don't know what a reasonable time frame is for getting to level 7 promoted skill?
I think on my previous 2 runs, I got it on the map after the desert. So chapter 12 is the map before he promotes.
I went super hard on Desmond in my second playthrough. I fed him every early game stat booster and a bunch of boss kills, and I still had to grind on the ballista in order to get him,
Wow. I just basically try to feed him every single promoted enemy that I can. Oh, here's where the wyvern flying over the barrel's a little...
Yeah, so I think... Okay, the wyvern has... That's a horse slayer, axe reaver. Okay, 21, 25...
Relax.
So they're both at sword disadvantage. Alright. If we start by doing this... Don't worry,
we just got a sword reaver. We
I'm
could have
not
traded it
leaving-
on Desmond.
Wait, what are we putting sword reaver on?
I was thinking we could have given a sword reaver to Desmond, so that way neither of the wyverns would be at advantage over him. Because sword reaver beats axe reaver.
I think we take advantage of the save point here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
But I also want to go to the village with Desmond's turn.
Hammer!
Get the hammer! And then Stefan go up.
Whee!
Reposition. One of them will go for Natasha. She's unlikely to kill. I think we just keep this formation. Oh, you're going for Natasha. I mean, that's
Actually
good, though, because it
useful.
means the wyverns can't attack her.
Yeah, that means she doesn't have to get axe reavered.
And then both of the wyverns have disadvantage against Aaron, who
But she has a bolt
still
sword
gets
equipped.
2-shot. Which is why we save pointed.
Yes.
Right.
Dodge tank, Avo tank.
This is a strat that works some of the time. Including this time,
Perfect.
apparently. Including this time, apparently. Better lucky than good. Better lucky than good.
Skill-based gameplay.
Yoink! Give me that vulnerary.
Free vulnerary.
Making up for the archer vulnerary. And we get rally res. Unfortunately, no mages on this map, but hey, you know, that's
Hey,
something.
There's an extra mercenary up there.
Yeah, lunatic mode.
I don't remember this guy.
He's kind of a dick.
I think he was just recently added.
Maybe?
Or at least added between my most recent attempt through this map and now, huh?
I remember him, but it might be that I've just played this map more recently than you, and I might be gaslighting myself as well. Like, that's always a possibility. Okay, I think we go... Okay, 11, 7, 8... 14... So 14 minus 8. Yeah, he lives without healing. Okay, so we... What tile is it? It's right next to Blair. Okay. So we go there.
Ooh, rescue dropping!
Look at that. Stefan already making himself useful.
Horses are so cool. I wish they
do
were real.
I do like that, to make up for horses having the rescue dropping utility, you get universal infantry shove, and then promoted infantry get their own, skills.
Yeah, there's a
depending
whole
on the
list
class.
of what they are.
Yeah, so for example, Natasha, when she gets into warrior, is going to get smite.
I know Stormmasters get swap. I think Halberders get repo.
Yeah, halberdiers get repo. I know that much because I used a... I mean, he was alright, but like, only alright halberdier.
Generals get smite and pivot. I know you can look it up in the journal somewhere. You can look at the list of what every class gets. I think that armor is stationary.
The armor is stationary, the fighter is not.
Bong.
So I do need to kill the fighter. Which, like, I've got a Natoja who wants to be fucking damaged. There we go. There we go.
I was getting my laugh ready for a dodge.
You were getting your laugh ready. What a dick.
I was prepping the laughter.
Yeah, this armor is also stationary, but this armor, he does have 2 range, so we want to attack from the other side.
A lot of armors in this game have 2 range. If an armor's stationary, there's a very good chance to have 2 range.
I would say most enemies, if they're stationary, have 2 range. Even that archer had 2 range, which most archers don't.
I don't mind it. As much as I get annoyed by enemies with 1-2 range, if an enemy's stationary... Yeah.
Give them the means to counter.
Point and laugh at the Shadow Dragon bosses that do not have 2 range.
So, we're making very good time on this map. There is an anti-turtle incentive of a thief that shows up, and, he hasn't even shown up yet.
I'm going to call it right now, he's going to show up right now.
He did show up right now. And he has a droppable chest key, which he uses to steal from this chest.
But, I think we just...
Oh my god! Awaken actually doing something! Unfortunately, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But 14 might, 100% accuracy does matter. Like, she would have not one-shot.
Yes. Oh, a quality of life that's in this game that not a lot of people really know about is before you kill this thief, have Natasha walk up to him at 1 range. And now hold the L button and press left and right. You can toggle your weapons to see, look at their calculations.
Oh my god, that's incredible!
I always forget that it's in here because you have to, like, hold L and do it. It gets a little wonky if you try to do it while you have something like Resolve prep. Because it starts trying to apply the resolve stats to like the wrong weapons or whatever, and so it looks funky. But
oh, like with Awaken, you mean?
Yeah. So it starts like it also really messes up with ready aim. It gets really weird with ready aim.
Oh, we can talk about ready. We'll get to talk about ready aim next chapter.
Yeah, we get to talk about that.
That is a fun gimmick.
Look at this little beefy boy.
And then...
Give me your keys. Kind of doubling that.
Does
there.
Luna? It does not.
Luna does not guarantee a hit.
It doesn't buff accuracy, or it gives what +5? Yeah, it gave +5. We'll do this. It's fine. I've gotten lucky every single time so far, so statistically that means my luck will continue in the exact same way.
Your luck will not run out. You could shove Blair so Kenneth gets support bonuses.
Well, so actually, I don't want Kenneth to kill that guy because it's stealable vulnerary, but he does kill. I should have just attacked from a different square. That's my bad. Wait. We can shove in this direction.
We can unshove him. Oh, I thought you were gonna repo him.
I was gonna shove. Oh, we could have repoed.
Oh my gosh! Too bad she explodes.
Yeah. I mean, we can feed her that kill. There's no more time pressure.
Yeah, we can kind of just do whatever we want now.
I think we heal her up, and then we steal next turn.
I think that works. Womp.
Just move Natosha up. This guy's funny in that he has some cool boss quotes. He has boss quotes with both characters that can use the hammer. I think Natasha, he specifically just assumes you have the hammer. He's like, wait, what's that weapon? No!
Not the hammer!
And then with Desmond, it's like, I took over the barracks, and Desmond's like, no, this is my barracks.
Yeah, and I'm taking him back.
Okay, she doubles without resolve.
She doubles anyways. Feels a little bit less cool now, but, you know...
Yeah, but if we do this, then we reposition her out, she gets ship XP and kill XP.
Ooh.
Hashtag optimal?
Let's see, how much extra EXP are we getting out of that?
Like 7?
8. Woo!
Look at how awesome that is. I'm an expert tactician. You don't even know about my tactician level.
You mean you don't know about the Nathaniel kill squad that shows up on turn 18?
Oh god, Nathaniel. Look, we're trying to get the Lord to level 10. I'll take every little bit of a scrubby XP I can get. Speaking of, so he has the Lance Reaver and the Steel Sword.
My mind is so broken playing this game. I looked at his inventory and said I can steal that.
Not yet.
That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay, so they both have 10 might, so he'll always have 18 attack. But then we get doubled, so we get... Oh, no, it only applies... So, the thing about Triangle is it only applies the, doubling to Desmond himself. So it won't double the extra 2 damage from advantage that this guy has. So he still only has 20 for advantage. Which means that he'll deal 10 to Desmond, which means that no matter what weapon Desmond has equipped, he lives at 1.
Interesting. I always just assumed it doubled everything.
It's a one-way doubling.
Neat.
What? Has that changed?
Well, at least we proved that he's mortal.
We did prove that he's mortal. I swear, last time I talked, because when I was streaming this, I was talking about it, and unless I'm gaslighting myself, like I might be Mandela affecting myself, but I thought that Retina said that it was a one-way, not a two-way, but apparently it is a two-way. Well, good thing we save pointed. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
So, just correcting myself, it is still one way. It is one way. I was correct about that. But what I didn't account for, and I should have accounted for, is, Jacob pointed this out, Reaver weapons double the weapon triangle. So
he was getting 4 extra damage.
He was getting the doubled weapon triangle not from Triangle Adept, but from the fact he was using a Reaver weapon. Natasha, stop dodging everything! This is so unfair. It's too bad Natasha ate that dodge instead of Aaron, because didn't last time we got through this, it's because Aaron dodged like a 60-something. Yeah, but she'll dodge again.
Just dodge again.
Just have trust. Just have trust. Worst case scenario, if we need to, Aaron can equip like the Steel Sword, because she doesn't run around with the Steel Sword. See, I told you she'd dodge again.
Oh, we're on the same RN.
Yeah, that's the secret. That's the secret, is we're on the same RN. I made the exact same movements, Jacob.
I wasn't paying attention to the previous movement, so you could have fooled me. But the crit sold it.
Yeah. Nice,
and this level up sold it.
Yeah, I was gonna make that joke if you didn't. Oh, you know what though? I healed with Kenneth when we didn't need to. I healed with Kenneth when we didn't need to.
It's such a force of habit to just, oh, my unit is missing HP. I need to get them HP.
I'm trying to break that habit because it is a bad habit. Like, it leads to suboptimal play.
Is Kenneth freaking dead?
Wait, where did this guy come from?
You put Kenneth one tile further up than last time, I think.
Oh, so now he eats, like, multiple...
Oh, wait, I think the forest tile
Rangers.
stops him?
Oh, it does, yeah! Okay, you know, actually based then that I healed him. Never mind, unlearning bad habits is for scrubs. I'm gonna keep to my bad habit.
Which is why we haven't used any stat boosters yet, right?
Yes. Okay,
I know
we'll do
Desmond
this.
one-shots one of these.
And then Blair gets a kill, Desmond gets a kill, and, like, I guess Stefan gets a kill. The third kill doesn't really matter.
Everyone gets EXP!
God, look at this absolute beast of a man.
Desmond's awesome.
Crushing it.
I'm very upset he died so early in my run. Because Desmond he's so cool. I love this unit.
Truly quite incredible.
I also like that he's designed... Usually I'm very much a fan of my Jagens falling off for the most part, but with how much of a train your favorite goobers this game is, I appreciate that the promotion he gets later kind of helps him catch up a little bit.
It lets him sort of transition from the combat role to, like, a utility unit who can still do somewhat decent combat, but you're primarily fielding for, like, Banner Lance plus reposition.
And I don't think we mentioned it, but he does get Savior at some point, which I haven't gotten a lot of use out of Savior personally, but it is something he can do.
Okay, Stefan, you need to hit this. Good job.
Good
job, buddy.
Beefy XP.
And then we heal Blair, have Blair get the juicy thiefy XP.
I don't know why Thieves, all the way even back in FE1, were the EXP sponges, but I'm so happy they are.
Wait, does Thieves give a lot of experience?
I know in FE1 they give you like 40 for a kill.
So they're like the zombies from,
yeah, they're like the mummies from, Gaiden almost.
Yeah.
I kind of like Thieves giving you extra EXP, because it almost makes the extra EXP feel like a treasure. Like, you kill the thief, and your treasure, along with whatever they drop, is you get a bunch of EXP on someone.
The real treasure was the murder we did along the way. Alright, I think we... just move... Ooh, this is like awkward positioning. But we are just gonna have to take things stupid slow. So I should have just equipped the Steel Axe. I equipped the Silver Lance because I wanted Lance experience. But if I'd equipped the Steel Axe, we wouldn't have gotten double revered.
And you would have lived at 1.
Yeah.
Oops. It is really important to get him up to higher Lance rank pretty soon, especially with that free Brave Lance that we get.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll just be transparent. I'm using the early Discipline Scroll on him.
To get to Brave as quick as possible.
Yes, I think it's gonna be worth it. In the previous run where I used him a bunch, I was able to get him to Brave Lance by... I think the pirate ship map, chapter, like, 8?
Ooh, that's pretty nice. Oh, something else important about reaching S ranks in this game. They're not your typical FE7 and 8 S rank bonuses, where you get 5 hit and 5 critical. You get a flat damage boost. I believe it's plus 3 damage with weapons that you have an S rank in.
Not only that, but the S-rank weapons, there's multiple for each weapon type.
Yes.
And some of them have this unique gimmick where their durability is on a per map basis.
The durability resets every chapter, effectively.
Yeah, like, think of the Three Houses spells, basically. It's a lot like that.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, it lets you use your cool toys. Alright, so you... 6 defense, 16, 18, 8 AS, 10 AS. Is the Lance Reaver way less? It's 1 less, so it won't make a difference.
Oh, S ranks are 3 attack and 10 hit. You also do get a slight hit buff.
So we can have Stefan bait, and then get the kill with Blur.
I'm reading the basic description section, and it says hold R during battles to speed up animation.
Oh, yeah, looks like that's a thing.
Huh. Me and a friend were playing...
I didn't know that.
Me and a friend were playing a hack recently that had that, and I had never seen it before, but I guess this must be a really recent change.
Yeah, I was not aware of it.
That's kind of cool. So I guess it helps for if you don't want to have to use rewind to get to the game quickly, or if you still want to keep animations on.
Yeah, or if, like, you forgot to hit L in time to skip a specific round of combat.
Yeah, you can just hold R instead.
You can just hit R instead. Or if, like, for example, I play with animations on because I'm making content. Even though animations off speeds things up, I think it makes for a better viewing experience. And especially if I'm just gathering background footage, speeding up the animations doesn't make a huge difference since I speed up the background footage anyway, but having them there presents something pretty to look at. So I think it's nice. I think it's a nice addition. Alright, so we steal Kizotic.
That means that we get an extra buff to our chance for proc skills to go off, right? Right?
No, this is just plus 30 hit to both the enemy and the unit that has it equipped.
Which is kind of sad, because I don't remember if it was the Birthright or the Conquest run, that we mentioned that Quixotic is the perfect skill for both of us, because it grants extra hit and you like that, and it grants extra proc rate, which I like.
Yeah, I tend to be much more reliability-brained than you are.
Look, when I hear the swing and the little sparkles go off and they say the cool quote, my brain go happy.
8 damage. Can we get this boss kill on Blair? I don't think we can.
Oh, another cool gameplay mechanic I guess now we can show off. When you use... do you want Lancefire on Desmond?
I do, yes.
Then you probably want to kill bosses with him.
Yeah, I'm going to. Unfortunately, I can't feed all of the boss kills to the blue hair pronouns.
Yeah. But I was going to mention, if you use an effective weapon, you get a flat 20 hit bonus if you use the effective weapon against what it's strong against.
I really like that, because
Same.
It makes it so that you don't run into the, like, FE6 hammer situation, where, like, granted, this says 75 hit, not fucking 45. But it's the same principle of, like, this weapon is supposed to be good against this enemy, but the enemy, like, for Halberd for example, right? Talk tough for someone without a horse. Your weapon looks scary. Maybe we can talk this over politely. Yeah, I think he also has to talk with Natasha about the hammer. Impressive, but this isn't the end. There's more of us where that came from.
But it also means that you can use the hammer versus a sword armor or something, and even though you're at triangle disadvantage, you're still getting a big hit rate buff from just using an effective weapon properly.
Or like Sword Slayer, which is good against sword-wielding units. Myrmidons tend to be the dodge tank class, and you can, I don't think either of these talks give anything, but I'm paranoid.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they're just flavor text.
I just don't want to miss, like, it turns out Retina in the latest patch added a Brave Sword if you do the talk with Stefan or something.
Don't you know that Stefan gets a Paragon Sword if he talks to Desmond in this map?
You actually get the Paragon Tome specifically for Blair. But the way that you get the Paragon Tome is by clicking on that funny subscribe button.
Oh, I'm gonna go do that right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too. Bye!
See ya!